Now, Black Christmas, 2006. I don't know whatever version on Tubi is the version I watched. There's an unrated cut that's apparently...
Really?
Yeah. But I'm not sure which. I have nothing to compare it to.
Is it HBO?
I think I watched it on Netflix.
I watched it on Tubi. I assume it's whatever version. Now, this, it actually bummed me out reading about this one.
Why?
It actually made me sad because I love Glenn Morgan, who is one of my favorite X-Files writers.
Absolutely, 110%.
He was a showrunner on Millennium. He was a really cool dude. And at this point, he had directed the Willard remake. He wrote Final Destination.
Right?
No, the first one.
You wrote the first one? I thought he only did the third.
No, he wrote the first one and the third one.
Oh, and the third one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he wrote the first one. Fucking genius.
Oh shit, he's an uncredited writer on Trick or Treat 1986 with Ozzy
Still
Ozzy
haven't
Osbourne.
seen that one.
Oh, that's a fun one.
No, and I've been dying to see it, and I keep telling myself I'm going to watch it, and I don't.
He wrote the one with Jet Li. I
Oh
think
my
we have
God.
that movie. So anyway, so Black Xmas, as the poster says. So this got me really bummed out reading about it because I liked Glenn Morgan and he really loved the original. Bob Clark is an executive producer on this.
Yeah.
So he was working with him. He gave him his blessing. They kind of worked together. But I'm not saying his movie would have been perfect, but the Weinsteins decided
They ruined the ending.
They ruined the ending and they made him add in a bunch of like over the top gore.
Yeah.
And when we get to what the fucking gore is,
They liked that one effect and wanted to reuse it over and over again. They're like, oh, we made this look really good. I'll use it all the time.
My question, though, is how did you guys go into watching this?
I went in, well, one, I knew that the most beautiful woman who's ever existed was in the cast.
Anyway, I love like the whole cast, so I was ready.
But I looked at the cast and I was like, oh, as soon, because I never knew this really existed too much. I knew it existed, but I didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
As soon as it came on, as soon as I saw the actors, the vibe for it totally clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it came in with me as a ridiculous, over the top, we are going to make fun of it like hell. And
Dude,
I just had so much fucking fun with this.
It's got 4 major babes as the star. You've got Lacey Chabert,
Yeah.
Mean Girls.
who I don't know if she ever did any other horror movies, but
She did. She did something. Well, I don't know if
She's done a bunch of Christmas stuff.
But there's a thriller thing that she was in where she was stranded in a desert or something, and then at one point she had to do an IV on herself from someone's silicone boobie. Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
it's a whole thing. Yeah,
My girl.
she's good in it, but
My girl, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah.
The year later is when I would see her, or no, actually this year. The year it came out was when I saw Grindhouse.
Yeah.
Where she was the cheerleader. I'm
Yes,
like,
she
well, that's
was.
the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And she was John McClane's daughter. Michelle, I want to say Trachtenberg, but I'm friends with Good Bad Flicks, and he pronounces his last name Trachtenberg.
I don't know.
Michelle, she's in it. Harriet the Spy is in it.
Yes, Buffy.
She's
Buffy's
Buffy's sister.
perfect. Yeah.
And the
Yes,
star
yes.
is Katie Cassidy from Arrow and all the CW superhero
God,
shows. She
yeah.
was the Black Canary. So I didn't expect that. And again, Andrea Martin, the girl from the original, is now the house mother in this one. So yeah, it's got a decent cast. It's got a good writer, director, but it.
So what didn't you like? Did you expect it to be more of a serious, more of a horror film?
No, I kind of guessed what it was gonna be. Oh, by the way, this is the last film Shirley Walker composed before her death, who did the Batman the Animated Series score and whatnot.
R.I.P.
So yeah, I kind of guessed what it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
It wasn't though.
Other remakes that were coming out at that time.
Okay.
What was it? There was the When a Stranger Calls remake.
Yeah.
We should mention Black Christmas, I think, was right before this big boom in telephone horror, like When a Stranger Calls and a bunch of other telephone horror movies.
When did Rob Zombie's Halloween come out?
2007. That's a year later.
Okay.
What else was there? There was just a lot of these around that time. We're going to remake this movie, but
Gorier.
Modernize it. Yeah, so
I didn't get that. I took this
really?
as in between. No, I took this as in between one of those kind of remakes, I guess, and Scream. Or not Scream, and actually kind of like Scream. Scary Movie.
okay.
I took it more as a almost parody but not as strong of a parody. I just had so much fun.
If it was supposed to be a straight up parody, that's something the Glenn Morgan can do, but it didn't feel like that.
It was like how I felt with House on Haunted Hill, where like I could tell like maybe there was something there, but it just wasn't landing for me.
It really is like, it's just, all right, we're doing this movie again, but like we're gonna overly explain the killer's backstory.
I thought that was hilarious.
Well, no, hilarious stuff happened.
I thought it was like not supposed to be like serious. Like it's like we're gonna over-explain it on purpose. We're gonna over-explain this ridiculousness on purpose.
I can see that, but it's just
that's the way I took it. I just took it as just an entire joke the entire time.
And the gore, like I said, the gore,
was
although
over the top.
The gore isn't
acting
quite
was
their
over
fault.
The top. Every little aspect was over the top. How can you ever think that this was a serious remake?
I don't know. I think they wanted it to be a serious
I think they wanted it to be, and then of course it got
turned into something else.
Well, I had fun.
Now I will say,
I love this movie.
I will say, one thing we learned from the Joe Bob thing is that apparently John Carpenter asked Bob Clark what would the sequel to Black Christmas be, and apparently Bob Clark said it's like, oh, the killer would be in an insane asylum and he would break out and start killing again.
Yep.
And then people think John Carpenter took that idea,
Yes.
but no, this is the killer is in an insane asylum. And he breaks out to do more Christmas crimes, but like the whole thing is like,
I did like that kill, by the way, with the candy cane.
Oh, but
that did make me crack the fuck up. I was like, you gotta be fucking
The movie's
kidding
like
me.
shot real interestingly.
Him being Santa, like really
He has
nice.
the lights in his room and stuff. It's like,
I really like the green and red lighting in this movie. It's actually pretty cool.
I do like the lighting.
Actually really good. I mean, they did a great job with
And he uses like
the
Dutch
lighting in this.
angles and like funny
Yes,
close-ups.
the
and
cinematography
whatnot.
was actually good.
But Billy was born in 1970. Billy is like a straight up character in this, and there is an Agnes, whereas before he was just, maybe his name's Billy, he's just rambling. But he has jaundice because of liver disease. His mom hates him.
his dad loves him.
And his dad loves him, and then eventually his
dad did
mom.
love him.
This is like sprinkled throughout the film, but his mom is like, me and my new man are gonna kill your dad and bury him under the house.
Can't tell me that wasn't ridiculous.
And then I guess the mom was like,
So
my
funny.
husband keeps falling asleep.
Husband.
I said it right.
He doesn't say husband. He says husband.
Crystal can't join
funny.
in on this.
I can't join in.
Crystal can't join
I
in
can
on this.
join in. I can say whatever the fuck I want. If I want to make fun of you how way you talk, I can make fun of the
Who's
way you
that
talk.
green guy Batman fights? Anyway,
The Wibbler.
the Riddler. Anyway,
Oh, but this is how you get the kills too, because he saw the way his mom killed his dad.
Yes.
And that's how that evolves.
but like the mom, she was like, "Man, my boyfriend, he fell asleep. I need to get laid. Let me go like have sex with my child upstairs."
Well, it's because he couldn't have children.
I
He was
guess, but
impotent.
like,
No, that's what it was.
well, why didn't she just kill him too and find another guy? Why did she think her son was the next?
Because this movie's fucking weird, Tony.
But like incest is already gonna give you a high risk to having a messed up kid, but then your kid has like a liver disease on top of it.
Did you see this freaking character? She was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yes, but then that brought on Agnes, and then eventually he killed his mom and dad, his stepdad.
Oh my god, those kills were great.
Yeah.
I like
so,
the cookies.
So flash
Oh
forward.
my gosh, we have to talk about that. We have to fucking talk about
The
that.
cookies.
The
Apparently,
cookie
that's
cutter.
like one of the things like Morgan didn't like. He's like, oh god damn, like, because they
That
made them
was-
cannibals.
I think it was hilarious. All of a sudden, he just takes her back with the cookie cutter and literally is making skin cookies. And when the cops come in, he's just literally. I actually like almost looked away from the screen as he's dunking it in the milk and putting it in his mouth because it was just so gross. I was like,
gross.
this
Not
is
as gross
so
as the scene
gross.
with the cherry tomato in Return of the King. Sorry, I said what I said.
Okay.
We're gonna
So-
get to the real reason why Tony doesn't like this movie.
So
but-
flash forward 15 years. Again, the movie goes back and forth. We're going in chronological order here. A bunch of girls at the sorority house where Billy used to live. I think it might be implied in the original that the killer might have lived in that house because don't they?
Yeah,
they
it
show
was,
like
it was implied. It was
they show like toys or something
Yeah.
in the attic. Yeah, but this one spells it out for
Yeah.
you. They're like, this is Billy's house. We always leave a gift for Billy the killer. I'm like, that's a weird tradition to have.
Yeah.
Like that's like a weird thing for like a sorority to do.
Well, I
Like
think it's one of those like This is one of those weird, like, sometimes sororities just have, like, those really weird things that they do. And
I don't know if sororities should be celebrating murderers who were in houses, like, post-Ted Bundy. Like, I feel like it's real insensitive.
We pretty much celebrate serial killers constantly, so I don't want to hear it.
I don't.
You don't?
Listen. Okay, listen. This might be a hot take, but serial killers, don't agree with them. Do not endorse them.
That hat doesn't fit you.
It's really tiny. I don't know where it came from.
Really tiny.
I've been waiting for someone to call me out on it. It's like a very ill.
I can't stop looking. I'm just like, should I say something? And I'm like, I'm gonna say it now.
I was just
and
letting
the
it happen.
it's like super flat in the ball.
It is. His ball is flat.
It's an impotent, much like the character in this film. It's impotent. And unfortunately, we don't have a Blue Chew ad on this episode, so I can't get it up.
You got to the ad.
That would be amazing.
No, we don't have an ad.
But after the ad, the hat's just sticking straight up.
We do have stuffing somewhere.
Anyway.
Oh my God! How can you not make a Blue Chew ad during Christmas time?
So
so many jokes.
So yeah, they're leaving gifts for Billy and whatnot, but like Billy breaks out of the insane asylum, and now people are starting to get murdered around the house. And all the girls are ridiculous.
Someone's not noticing.
Huh?
No one's noticing.
No one's noticing.
Oh,
the one girl's super drunk.
The real weird porn aspect of it.
Oh yeah,
That
the
was
one
weird,
girl
too.
like
She's
finds
like-
the guy's porn, which is
He's just
that guy is
records.
Kurt Russell's stepson. Hold on.
Yeah, he's just recording everyone he has sex with, and like the tapes were released. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the guy who played Kyle. Kyle was Oliver Hudson. Yes, he's Kurt Russell's stepson, Bill Hudson's son, Goldie Hawn's son.
Gotcha. Oh wow. But yeah, you see like little things of like kind of like tributes to the other one. Like this is trying to be more of a remake where you're like, oh, he's the crazy boyfriend.
Yeah,
and then
they're trying that misdirect. But
Then
it
you
doesn't
see
work because we
have
know.
to see the original. I feel like to see this.
Like we know the killer's there, and then there's like another twist where it's like there's actually two killers.
Yeah, but the little things though, like when the Christmas gift, because they're doing Secret Santa, the one with the crystal unicorn.
Oh, yeah, the real dorky girl with glasses gives them a big unicorn.
Which was used in a kill in the previous.
Yes.
That's what it is. I think you have to see the original to see.
Yeah, there's
this.
a lot of sprinklings of
there's
like,
so
hey,
much
remember
love.
this from 1974?
Yeah.
I think
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it ends up turning into like the girls are getting picked off one by one. They try to make it creepy. I'll give them credit. They try to be creepy, like showing that the killer's spying on them with like the yellow eye.
Oh my gosh! And in the bathroom.
What the fuck was that? You could not see anybody from that angle.
No, you can't.
Hey, that was stupid.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Oh wait, what was the one?
Pin ridiculous
Yeah,
one.
the thumbtack.
You can't see through thumbtack.
The push pin coming out of the wall so you can spy on them. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You
I
can't see
died
shit.
laughing. See, that's the thing I'm talking about. You can't take it seriously with that. Because
Yeah.
I fucking died laughing. I was like,
And
that's hilarious.
they do the thing with the attic and whatnot, but then it gets like real like fucking Looney Tunes where it's like,
Yeah.
like they're in the walls and it's like, oh come on,
You-
like this is getting a little ridiculous now that they're climbing in the walls
Yeah.
and living in the walls. So it turns out Agnes has lived there for years, right? I assume
What did they say? She escaped or got out of the psych ward.
okay.
She somehow was out of the psych ward, and then I guess when he escaped, they met back up. I don't know if she's been living there or not.
Wow.
But they do like eating eyeballs. Can we talk about the eye stabbing?
It
was nothing but eye stabbing.
Which one of you
like,
did-
we
which one
love
of-
doing this effect. Let's just reuse it.
Which one of
reuse
you
it,
did I
reuse it,
text while I
reuse
was
it.
watching this? Was it you?
Saying which?
I think it was you. You want to read my text?
Tony is gay. No.
Oh, thanks to the guy on YouTube who let me know that I'm gay. I didn't know. I was talking to a lady. I had to let her down. Like, hey, sorry, someone let me know I was gay.
in a
I'm
happy
so-
way.
I'm so conflicted. On one hand, the women in Black Christmas are the hottest I've seen. On the other hand, there's too much eye injury.
So yeah, the Weinsteins, they really wanted a bunch of gore and they settled on eye injuries. It's constantly eyes being pulled out, eyes being more
many.
than See No Evil, the movies that are about a killer who wants to cut out eyes. I feel
Yeah.
like this had more eye stabbings. Yeah.
They had a Christmas tree of nothing but eyeballs.
Yeah. So I hated that. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the worst thing Harvey Weinstein's ever done. To me.
Is that hot?
Not anymore.
I'm sure if I got together with a bunch of people and we were comparing Harvey Weinstein stories, I'd probably lose. But that's the worst thing he's ever done to me, okay?
You're so fucked up.
It gets more and more ridiculous. They changed the ending of the movie. The movie was going to be like, is Billy alive or something? Or are they dead? Or are they alive? But no, they made them rewrite the ending. They made them change the ending.
I actually love the ending.
And now Billy falling into a Christmas
Oh my God,
tree.
it was great.
Getting impaled.
Yeah.
Yes, I died laughing.
The strongest Christmas tree in the world. Like, what the
Loved it. Loved it. Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I got a whole thing with the studio intervention here. Let's see. Morgan's original script ended with Kelly and Lee in the hospital receiving a phone call from Billy, whom they believed to be dead. This scene, which Morgan filmed, was intended to pay homage to the conclusion of the original film. This ending, however, was scrapped by Bob Weinstein, who requested Morgan write and shoot a different ending. This ultimately resulted in a more violent conclusion that appears in the theatrical cut. I will say, like, as much as I hate that decision, if you think of, like, the movies that are coming out around that time, they probably did need to up the kills and, like, the ridiculous stuff.
It was at that weird, I guess, few years where everything was super gory.
Yeah, and it's not being marketed as, like, this like, real, like, serious whatever. It's like, oh, it's Killers on Christmas, so...
Yeah.
I get what the studio's saying, but it's just like, they probably should have made that clear before filming. Yeah. And then, this is really fucked up. They just made Glenn Morgan just shoot additional, like, shots and stuff that were only meant for the TV spots and trailer and were never intended to be in the film.
Really?
Yeah, something like there's like a lawnmower with Christmas lights, a girl beneath a floating lake. There's just weird shit. Michelle Trachtenberg with a shotgun saying Merry Christmas is one of them.
Sweet.
Do you remember that from the movie?
Nope.
No.
I fucking don't. So yeah, so I don't know. The movie doesn't work for me.
Works for me.
It doesn't work for me. It's kind of interesting. Here's the thing. The killer's wearing pajamas. Like, I'm just not scared of them.
They're wearing matching pajamas.
Yeah, and I'm just like waiting for that.
Brother and sister wearing matching pajamas. I mean, fucking Agnes has a weird ass mask on her.
Like, Agnes is creepy. I'm still wearing pajamas, but like Agnes is a little creepy. Billy, it just looks like
he's a grown man in fucking
Billy just looks like he's ready for a nap.
He's just a guy.
It's like he's just like he comes home like
it's fuck.
For a minute. You know what's weird? I forgot that he killed the guy to break out of the thing. Yeah. So I thought there was going to be a twist like, oh, maybe he's going home to stop his sister. And then I was like, oh, no, wait, he killed that guy. I'm like, oh, wait, they're just both the killer.
Technically, it's his daughter, isn't it?
It's sister-daughter.
Yeah, because she does say also, what is it? This is why you can't take it seriously. It's like, oh, it's like, oh, your brother's dead. Your brother's not here or something like that. You're not your brother. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, she says that because she thinks it's just Agnes. This is when she realizes it's just Agnes.
Yeah.
She goes, well, this isn't your family. Your brother's not here. She goes,
no, my daddy's here.
So stupid.
So fucking.
You know what? It's not dumb enough for me to enjoy it.
Really?
No, it's not dumb enough for me to enjoy it. They kill my girl, like, off screen. She's just in the car and blood squirts.
I'm really surprised, like, the people they had, they all just killed them off. And then some other girl that I don't think I've ever seen in another movie.
She does a lot of TV. So, like I said, she's Black Canary.
You said TV as a movie.
She has been in the, you know what other remake she ended up being in? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
She was
the worst one of all time.
She was Tina, I think, in that one. Yeah, I mean, I like her. That's actually what's his face? That's Katie Cassidy. That's the guy from the Partridge Family. Yeah, that's his daughter. Yeah. So this movie bombed. It bombed for some reason. They decided. By the way, budget $9 million.
Holy shit!
Which, for a horror movie, you could totally recoup that easily.
Yeah.
Not counting the advertisement. So yeah, budget $9 million. They decided to release it on Christmas Day, December 25th.
It's like when they did My Bloody Valentine on a
Well, that's a date movie. That's more
smart. At least for Valentine's Day.
They waited too long to release their Black Christmas movie.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like us putting this out the day after Christmas. We probably should have done it a little bit earlier.
I was wondering when we were going to film this.
Look.
Yeah, we're back together finally.
Oh my gosh.
Look,
Everyone's
the Lord of the Rings.
Cody can't handle them together. That's why they're not on anymore.
Oh no, it's because Thor bombed.
Thor did bomb.
Maybe it's because the movie actually wasn't that good.
Thor was horrible. Yes.
Hey, they as of this recording, they submitted it for best visual effects at the Oscars.
Yeah, I know. Love that Heimdall scene.
Anyway, so. Yeah, they released it on the 25th. No one wanted to see a gory movie. And then afterwards, no one wanted to see a Christmas movie. They're like
how no one's going to end up watching
They should have released it maybe after Thanksgiving time, early December.
Yes.
It's the same like if you're releasing like a Christmas song or whatever. No one's going to want to, you know what I mean? Like everyone has their set thing to do on Christmas.
We were supposed to release Die Hard before Thanksgiving, but the production was just too complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah, it murdered the thing, and it killed Glenn Morgan's directing career. He wrote a couple things after that. He didn't direct again until the X-Files revival. And his wife, Kristen Cloak, she didn't really act again after this until that movie Lady Bird, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that kind of bummed me out the most because I'm like, Glenn Morgan was so talented. I mean, the Willard remake's okay, and writing Final Destination, like, it would have been cool to see him do more movies, and then this fucking killed it.
And X-File revivals wasn't.
He directed the 2 best episodes of that revival.
I'll go with that.
Those episodes are fucking hilarious and awesome, but yeah, everything else.
The whole thing overall, yeah.
Yeah, overall.
I mean, but then again, we're also comparing it to OG. It's like when you're comparing Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah. I don't know. How did this one make you feel? Since you seem to like the original one more than all of us,
I said it as we were talking about it. Like, I think it was a little too gratuitous in the horror. But I feel like the Weinsteins just ruined it. I see that there could have been a potential there, but it's just meh. I still say this is number 2 though.
But we're not at that part yet.
Order.
Yeah, so I guess if I was back then, if I was a big fan of Black Christmas, I would have hated it more. But now
I didn't hate it.
Older, I'm just I kind of give it leeway because of the studio interference. It doesn't remind me of other movies where it's just well, you totally fucked this one up. It's okay, well, you were trying to go for something and they kind of screwed you over. But
like Warcraft,
I'm probably never gonna watch it again.
Oh, I want to watch this again. I really do.
It's your favorite movie. You love it. I understand.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite movie, but
favorite movie. You love it.
I did really like it. I really, really liked it, and I just had fun.
It's got Mary Elizabeth in it. I'll give it that. And
actually, I think this is the only Black Christmas that has nudity in it. Too.
The mom. I remember the mom had her tits out. The creepy mom had her tits out at one point. Who else got naked in this?
No, in the shower scene. There's a straight up shower scene where he's staring at her while she's naked.
Right.
Literally ass.
After the girl throws up and then her toe knocks up the tile that's also
and there's multiple tiles that he's looking up. It was fucking
So for
hilarious.
years, no one's touched that tile. No one's mopped and moved that tile. What the fuck?
That's why it's ridiculous.
But yeah, no, there's stuff to like in it. It's shot really well.
Over the top gore. It's hilarious. The icicle coming down. I love the kills.
Oh wait, the icicle kill. That's not even ridiculous. A kill. That's an accident.
Ridiculous.
The girl just walks back and the icicle goes through her.
When that happened, I was I'm literally by myself watching this. I go, yes, look, it's a touchdown.
But yeah, so that's Black Christmas 2006. Oh, we're getting another phone call. Okay. Jesus. Hello?
Anybody else remember that podcast, Castilla versus the Pod Monster? Haven't had one of those episodes in quite a while. Hey, Tony.
Oh, okay. Thanks for calling. A lot of weirdos lately. Huh. Anyway.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.